What's up, guys? All right, Dr. Chris Park, let's talk about Suboxone. How quickly should you taper? This is a very common question I get. And obviously, the length of the taper process is going to depend on multiple factors, including, but not limited to, how long have you been on opiates? How long have you been on medication assistance? What other types of problems have you had, like with relapses, in inpatient treatments? Have you been through detox before? All that plays a factor in how long your treatment with medication assistance might need to take place. What are your other medical problems? Do you have chronic pain? Are you going through multiple surgeries? Do you have cancer? All these things matter in your treatment, okay? Are you doing well in your life? Like, do you have a job? Do you have a family? Are you putting back together these relationships that have been strained? Have you worked the 12 steps, or are you doing some type of counseling or whatever it is? What is going on in your life, and why are you looking at tapering in the first place? Okay? Not that it's bad to taper or that it's good to taper. It's just what, is the process going on in your mind right now that's led you to this point. And so depending on those factors, you start the taper process maybe, okay? And how quickly do you go? Well, again, I tend to take a very slow approach. And so maybe like we reduce the dose a little bit this month, then we reassess next month. But oftentimes I find that it's like every 3 months that we're slowly cutting back. Now, can you go quicker? Yes. So you could, I probably wouldn't go quicker than every 3 days because of the way the medication works and how long it lasts. If you go every day, by day 3, you've actually dropped a large amount, okay? In a percentage-wise base. So you can go quicker. You can cut down every 3 days or every week if you want. But again, depending on how long you've been on medicine, depending on your other factors, you may want to go very slow and cut down like every 3 months by a very small amount. Now, it's hard to say how much that amount should be, right? Because if we say cut down by 2 milligrams, well, if you're on 4 milligrams a day, then you just cut your dose by 50%. But if you're on 24 milligrams a day and you go down by 2 milligrams, you have not reduced your dose 50%. I'm not going to do that math. I'll let somebody else do that math. So you see what I'm getting at, okay? It just is so dependent on how much you're taking, how long you've been on it, what are the other factors, that there is no cookie cutter answer for how you should taper. Now, obviously, I've put out some other videos on how to taper, and you can talk to your doctor to see if these templates can be tried for you, and then you can adjust the templates as you go. So maybe I've got a patient who's doing really well. They reduce their dose this month. Hey, no problem. We cut it back some more next month. No problem. Next month, we cut it back some more. No problem. Then the next month, they start feeling it a little bit, right? Maybe they're just getting anxious, or maybe something else is going on in their life. They've got some other stressors, and we just slow it down and say, okay, well, let's not reduce it this month. Let's just hold here. And then next month, all right, how are you feeling? What's going on in your life? Where are we at? And then we might try to cut it down some more. Or we may just hold it for a few months in a row and then cut back. So my point is, if you're tapering, all right, you got to keep the end goal in mind, right? But you don't want to do anything now to mess up the end goal. The end goal is sobriety. It's not being off medicine. The end goal is sobriety. Now, you might have 2 goals. You might say, I want to be sober and clean, but also off meds. And that's okay. But just because you have to slow down doesn't mean you've, messed up. Doesn't mean you've gone backwards. It just means your process is taking a little longer than you hoped it would. So, all right, guys, I just kind of turn the camera on and start talking. I know I've had some people comment they wish I had, I followed an outline. I don't do that. I'm just kind of going off the cuff here. I don't have time to write an outline out. So if you have questions, put them in the comments. Maybe I'll shoot a video about it. And remember, always talk to your doctor before you make any changes to your medicine. Don't stop your medicines. Don't follow instructions off of YouTube. Talk to your doctor about what's right for you. Thanks, guys. Peace.